Sairam. Let's begin with 3 ohms. A very warm welcome to the Cutting Ties monthly meetup for the month of September. What a wonderful opportunity we all have today to collectively connect to the high C and experience its love. So let's start by practicing, or let's go into the maple, which Shravanti will take us through.
Thank you, Vishwa. Sairam, everyone. Welcome back to the monthly meetup. We welcome all you wonderful practitioners from all across the world joining us today. And let's begin today's meetup with the beautiful exercise of the maple. Close your eyes. Sit with your backs and necks straight. And cross your legs if they are crossed, with feet firmly on the ground to allow the energy to flow easily. Put your palms on your laps, like little cups or bowls facing upwards, ready to receive from the rising. Take a few deep breaths. Breathe in and breathe out slowly. Breathe in one more time and breathe out. And now imagine in your inner scene that in your right hand you're holding a tape measure which represents the mind that's constantly measuring everything that comes into its awareness. Now pull this is like an extendable tape measure. So with your left hand, pull out the tape measure. Representing that the mind is the measuring mind. And just let go of the tape measure now and watch it snap back into the box. And allow yourself to sink and immerse into the silence of the mind. If you wish, you can do it one more time. Doing this exercise of either the monkey mind or the tape measure is very useful to stop the chatter of the mind and allow ourselves to relax and begin the maple. Now imagine in your inner scene that you're sitting or standing inside a golden circle of light. And in front of you is a beautiful maypole with many different colored ribbons hanging from a sphere of golden light at the top of the maypole. Imagine you're walking up to the maypole and choose any colored ribbon that appeals to you today. Go ahead and hold this ribbon loosely in your hand and walk back to your seat, your golden circle. You can ask for any symbol of the high seat to be shown in place of this sphere of golden light. It can be any form of God that you feel most connected to, like Rama, Krishna, or even Satya Sai Baba. Or if you wish, you can simply continue to imagine this ball of golden light shining brightly, representing the higher consciousness, where we are all one. At this point, you can even hand over to the high sea any problem, question, any doubt that you may be holding, for which you seek guidance, answers, support. Go ahead and hand it over to the high sea completely and request the high sea's guidance. So as you breathe in whatever the high sea wishes to send down to you, as the high sea knows exactly what you need right now. Breathe in what the high sea is sending to you. And as you breathe out, let go of all doubts, of anything blocking you from receiving this gift right now. Breathe in one more time and receive whatever the high sea is sending down to you, and breathe out any blocks to your receptivity. Relax and thank the high sea for its gift in response to your request. And now ask the high sea to pour into you its relaxing energy. As you breathe in, imagine this relaxing energy pouring into you to every corner of your body. Allow this relaxing energy to circulate throughout your body. And as you breathe out, simply let go of all stress, tensions, worries, anxieties, anything that you're ready to release now. If you wish, you can, as you breathe in this relaxing energy, you can scrunch up your shoulders and drop them to the side. And imagine all of these stress, tensions, worries, anxieties rolling off your shoulders. And take this opportunity to let all of this go and simply relax. When you're in a relaxed state of mind, it's most easy for you to flow with life and allow the guidance of high sea to take you through every step of your life. So simply let go of anything which is stopping you from being relaxed. Just let go. Take a deep breath and let go. Relax. Now ask the high sea to pour into you its beautiful healing energy, a supreme kind of healing. We all need healing, whether it's emotional, mental, physical, or any other kind. So simply relax and allow this healing energy to flow into every part of your body, physically, emotionally, mentally. If there's any part of your body that needs healing, go ahead and direct this energy to that part and simply visualize that the high sea is taking care of its healing. And as you breathe out, let go of any feelings of pain, hurt, fears, anger, any grief or sadness, any distress. Let go of any feelings of discomfort, or even the feeling that you are unwell. Continue to breathe in this healing energy and let go of whatever you're ready to release now. Let go of anger, fear, pain, hurt, sadness, any distress, discomfort, and even the feeling that you are unwell. And relax. Now, ask the high seat to pour into you like a beautiful waterfall, cleansing and purifying energy. Just imagine you're standing under this waterfall of cleansing and purifying energy pouring down upon you, cascading around and within you, and washing away with it anything negative from the past, any negative memories, any residual anger, sadness, fear, any old grudges, whether you're aware of it or not. Just let it go. Imagine all of this washing away as you bathe in this cleansing and purifying energy. Let go of all feelings of jealousy, unworthiness, you are not these thoughts, nor these feelings. Allow the high sea to wash away anything which no longer serves your highest good anymore. You allow the high sea to reveal to you your true, divine, perfect self. Sat Chit Ananda. And relax. Now ask the high sea to bring to you its supreme strengthening and re-energizing energy. Imagine this energy pouring into you, bringing you all the strength that you need, physical, mental, emotional, or even ask the high sea at this point for the strength that you need to meet any particular situation in your life. Breathe in all the strength that you need now, and as you breathe out, simply let go of weakness, the kind which you are aware, and even which you are not aware. Just let it all go. Let go of weakness physically, mentally, emotionally, and weakness from any aspect of your character. Simply breathe it out. Continue to breathe in all the strength that the high sea is now pouring into you abundantly. And as you breathe out, let go of any feelings or beliefs that you are limited, unworthy, inadequate in any way. Just let go. And allow all of it to be replaced with this strengthening and re-energizing energy from the high sea. As you breathe in, let go of even feelings of tiredness, boredom. Simply let go and relax. Now ask the high sea to pour into you its unconditional love. Imagine a beautiful pink light cascading down upon you, around you, within you. And imagine you're like a jar or a vessel filling up with this love, filling up from the tips of your toes, up through your ankles, your calves, your knees, your thighs, your hips, your waist, up through your chest and your back, flowing up into your shoulders and down your hands, through your palms, fingers, and now up your neck and your entire face, your head. Allow this love to fill all your senses. This love is truly non-judgmental and is fully accepting of you just the way you are. Just like the love of thousand mothers embracing you right now. So allow yourself to be receptive to this love. If you feel anything blocking you from receiving this love, as you breathe out, let go of whatever is blocking you. It may be negative memories from the past, any feelings of guilt, shame, unworthiness, just let go. You are none of them. This love is your birthright. So as you breathe in, simply be receptive. If you wish, you can ask the High Seat to pour this love into your heart chakra. You can visualize your heart chakra as a beautiful flower, and you can assess whether this flower is fully closed, partially open, or fully open. Often, when we look for love outside ourselves, we tend to get disappointed because it is not possible for us to receive this love from outside ourselves, or for people or relationships to give us the love that we truly need. So ask the High Seat to pour this unconditional love, this boundless love that's eternally available for you, accessible, and is always within yourself. Ask the High Seat to pour this love into you, opening your heart once again to love within yourself. It's only through true self-love that you can share this love with others. Only what you have you can give. So allow yourself to be filled with this love and imagine this love is now overflowing from the top of your head and forming a beautiful ball of pink light around you. And the insides of the sphere is also filling with love, immersing you completely in this unconditional love. This is your home, your safe space, and you can come back to this love whenever you need it. And whenever you're ready, you slowly open your eyes and let us practice some symbols from the cutting ties method, which late as Phyllis Crystal has brought to us to help us be free in every way that we need to be free from the ties of fears, traumas, controlling relationships, anything which bind us and control us and stop us from being our true selves. So over to Vishwar to take us through the symbol.
So that was a very, very powerful meeple session. Thank you, Shravanti. So today we will be bringing our focus to the balancing symbols. First, maybe let's hear from some of you on what symbols you would use to bring about balance, or say when you are feeling unbalanced, what are the symbols, what are your go-to symbols? You could type your responses in the chat box and we can take it from there.
Often balance is so important in life, right, Vishwar?
Yeah.
That we have so many, especially in these times, we have so many situations bombarding us to and almost forcing us to lose balance. And we could be taken over by fears, or we could be taken over by any controlling emotions, any of the negative emotions like guilt, fear, shame, whatever
Yeah,
it may be. So
exactly.
I think we have some responses coming in saying yin yang.
Okay.
This person says yin yang as well.
So we have yin yang as a response. Very nice. Anybody else? Well, that's actually the first symbol that we are going into today.
Yes.
So that's a very good start point. So actually, like what Shravanti was saying earlier, right? With so many things that are happening in today's world, it's so important to bring about that balance within ourselves so that we don't get so caught up into things that do not serve us. And to help us remain calm and centered. So, being in balance, it actually helps us to bring that state of acceptance. That is what we want to go towards, right? To bring that acceptance, to accept the flow of life just as it is, and to help us remember that everything is in the flow of the divine. So now let's look at the yin yang symbol. So as we know, what the yin yang symbol is, it is an ancient Chinese symbol, and and it represents the masculine and the feminine energies, the feminine and the masculine energies respectively. And the black part of the yin yang represents the yin, which is the divine feminine, and the white part represents the yang, the divine masculine. And so essentially, the symbol is to bring about a better balance between the heart and the head, which is so much needed today. Wouldn't you all agree? So could we get the symbol screened? Yeah. So here we see the symbol. I'm sure it's very familiar to all of us. This is the yin yang symbol to bring about a better balance between the heart and the head. So now let's go ahead and just practice this symbol. You can keep your eyes open or close, whichever is comfortable for you. This image of the symbol will be on the screen to help you with your practice. So visualize and remember the yin yang symbol on the ground around your feet. Imagine you're placing your right foot over the black dot in the white section. And now see that you're putting your left foot over the white dot in the black section of the symbol. Now breathe deeply and remain relaxed and allow a balance to take place as the message is being absorbed by the subconscious. And whenever you're ready, you can slowly come back. Now,
Oh, that felt good to me.
yeah, much needed, right?
Yes, much needed. We need to, like Phyllis says, that we need to practice. This is one of the symbols that we need to practice every day.
Yeah.
And it's enough to practice it for 2 minutes.
Yeah.
We don't need to. Please go ahead and let us know how that
How are
felt
you
to
feeling?
you as well.
Shamanti,
Give
how are you
some.
feeling, Shamanti?
I'm actually feeling very calm and very,
Right?
just feeling, just feeling happy.
Mm.
It's like just in that, just feeling that I just feel like it's very easy to be happy in this state.
Mm.
It's feeling like that.
Yeah. Wow.
Thank you. That was a beautiful exercise.
Yeah.
And from the previous question that you had asked, there's some more responses about heart and solar plexus balance. That's the head and heart exercise.
Okay. Yes. Beautiful.
Yes, and the mandala. So
Mm.
yes, definitely these are also some of the other balancing symbols.
Yes. Yeah.
So maybe we can move on to the
Mm.
next
Yeah.
balancing symbol, which so far no one has guessed.
Yeah. I was thinking someone might say it, but
Yes,
yeah. So the next balancing symbol, it's something that actually will help us to develop an attitude of acceptance. And
yes,
we feel that it's so important to have that acceptance, like we were talking about, right? With where it's
yes,
only through true equanimity that you can only true experience true happiness, which is always within yourself. And how do we bring about this attitude of acceptance? And that would be through that tightrope exercise, right? So this tightrope exercise, as we all know, it helps us to bring about an attitude of acceptance and to the pairs of all of and accept all the pairs of opposites, such as good and bad, happy and unhappy, praise and blame, pain and pleasure, and so on. And as we know in the symbol shows a black bird and a white bird, as you can see on the screen. And the blackbird represents what we do not want to experience, and the white bird represents what we want to experience. So essentially, what we want to develop out of this is to have an attitude of acceptance to whatever life brings to us. We should just accept it, because either extremes actually destroys the inner calm and it throws us off balance, right? So as we go deeper into this tightrope exercise today, into experiencing that equilibrium within ourselves. And as we know, that is really the abode of divine consciousness, which is our true nature, which where we are always ever so content, we're ever so peaceful and so joyful. And that would actually help us to love life, right, Shah? It will help us to
yes,
love life just as it is, and brings that love and that zest to life and acceptance, which is the key
yes,
to the whole
yes,
thing. Yeah. So shall we go into it? Shall we?
yes, please.
Let's go come together and practice the tightrope. So now imagine that you're walking on a tightrope, carefully placing one foot in front of the other. You're looking straight ahead. You can hold your arms out to each side with the palms facing up. Now imagine a blackbird over to your left side that you fear may attack you. Resist the impulse to push it away, which would cause you to fall off the tightrope. Continue to walk across the tightrope, neither looking left or nor right. Now imagine that there's a white bird that has flown to the right side of you. The gleaming, beautiful white bird. And if you reach out to it and try to catch it, you're going to fall off. So now resist that temptation to catch out to the white bird. Continue to walk across the tightrope. As you resist the urge to push away the blackbird and to catch on and hold on to the white bird. And even let the bird land on your upturned palm as you walk to the end of the tightrope. Whenever you're ready, slowly come back.
It's really beautiful. Often we forget how important it is to be in a state of acceptance, and that we can choose to move forward in that way rather than toppling over and going through the journey, struggling through the journey.
Yeah.
Acceptance makes everything so easy and beautiful.
True. Very true.
Thank you. That was very deep and beautiful.
How are you all feeling? How are our participants feeling?
Yes, please let us know how that felt for you.
Yeah.
Often we're wanting things to go a certain way, and there's so many conditions to what we can accept and what we can't accept.
Yeah.
We think that this much I can tolerate and this much I can't tolerate. And so many conditions, categories that the mind creates, but it's simply enough to choose to not even have lived through those conditions. Just be free from those conditions as well.
Yeah, very true. I think we have some responses saying that they feel grounded and settled.
Yes. Malati Sridhar says, mind is balanced.
Beautiful. Shall we move on?
It's beautiful. Yeah. So Ganesh shares his feeling tranquil. It's beautiful. It's very good that we were all able to experience that.
Yeah.
Very beautiful. Okay. So on the same note, Vishwa, today I thought we'll practice one of the lesser known symbols, which I think in all these monthly meets we've started doing. Now going into the lesser known symbols, which again is a symbol for balance, and it is called the three mountains. And this symbol was shown to Phyllis when to help her balance the functions of intellect and emotion. Often when we have a situation or to deal with life, we learn to either rely on our intellect or our emotion. Probably when it comes to work and dealing with practical situations of life, we use a lot of our intellect. And then when it comes to relationships and situations, friendships, and we tend to use our emotions. And sometimes it can be the other way also, vice versa, where we use emotions here and intellect there. But then it gets tiring to operate from that space. So we will go right into the meditation, the exercise of the three mountains. So close your eyes and imagine in your inner scene, there are two huge mountains next to each other. And imagine that you're jumping back and forth between these two mountains. You're jumping back and forth. And now imagine you're landing on one of the mountains. And you will see that this mountain is composed of hard rocks and cracks which could cut and bruise you if you stayed for too long. So then, to escape that, you quickly jump onto the other mountain and you discover that this one is covered with deep snow, the kind which you could sink into and be smothered if you remained on it for too long. So, to avoid this, you jump back onto the first one and then back onto this one. So, Phyllis was shown that the mountain which has all the rocks, the hard, sharp rocks, represents the intellect, and the snow-covered mountain represents the emotions. So now you're jumping between these two mountains, but very easily, very soon, you get tired of handling situations this way, either with the intellect or the emotion, the intellect or the emotion. So now, in your inner scene, you see a third mountain, and you're surprised to see this mountain because you didn't know this existed. But this mountain is not as high as the other two mountains. This mountain represents a state of knowing, which is neither solely feeling nor entirely thinking, but in which both operate together, the thinking and the feeling. So this mountain is beautiful also. It's green, it has many, and it's dotted with many, many hundreds of lovely little wildflowers. And as soon as you get tired of jumping between the rocky and the snow-covered mountains, and as soon as you willingly land on this third mountain, instead of continuing to jump back and forth between the other two, you will discover that as you let go of desire for things to go a certain way, or things to not go a certain way, as you drop this desire, willingly landing on this mountain, it slowly begins to grow bigger and bigger, higher and higher. And you will see that this mountain is now reaching for the sun, a bright sun which represents the high seal of God. So this mountain is going higher and higher, and it's reaching as high as the sun in the sky. And then it merges in union with it, merging completely and releasing you from the constant pull of the pairs of opposites, which is keeping you chained to the earth scene. Where you no longer have to jump here to there, back and forth. We are in a state of awareness, of acceptance. a state of knowing which is neither solely feeling or thinking, but where both operate optimally, where you're one with the high self. And are able to approach every situation that comes into your consciousness from this state of awareness, the state of balance. You can practice this exercise every day as long as you need to. Every day, you can practice this exercise and you can do this for as many days as you wish to until this state of balance, the state of awareness is something that's naturally coming to you. Is your natural state. And Phyllis also says that it's very important to remember that these symbols in themselves are not magic wands, but they're tools which must be practiced and used daily in a disciplined manner in order to impress the subconscious mind with the need for new patterns of thoughts, feeling, and behavior. So it's very important for us to practice all of these symbols that we've learned. You can take up any one symbol that appeals to you today. And for the next 1 month, before we meet for the next monthly meetup, you can practice it every day. Or if you wish, you can practice all the three. Whatever you like. Practice it every day. Make it a discipline. And then just watch and observe how it's easy, it becomes easier and easier for you to be in balance, in harmony, in your relationships, at work, whatever area of your life. Where acceptance comes very easily. And it'll be something that you choose instead of going back to your old patterns of thinking, or feeling, or behaving. Whenever you're ready, you can slowly open your eyes, come back into the present moment, and let us know in the comments how this new symbol, how this experience was to you.
Wow, Shanti, that was very, very calm and very refreshing.
Yes, yes.
Thank you for this. It was really good.
So awesome. How did you all feel? When I practice the symbol, I always feel it's so easy to come out of that, being caught up in my thoughts or even feelings, because either can feel very overwhelming. It could be like you're almost like you're tilting onto one side or another, similar to, the pairs of opposites, the birds, where consciously or unconsciously, we're either wanting things to be a certain way or not be a certain way. And that is and we get caught up in that. When we get caught up in that, we get caught up and we forget that all of this is just a game.
Yeah.
But we're here to just play. And last week, Vishwar and I were talking, and Vishwar said, we're here to just enjoy life, And, so we're really here to enjoy life. So we're here to play the game. And all these tools are helping us do that. Wow. So we have some responses that saying felt very serene. Ganesh says very serene.
Mhm.
Malati Sridhar says very calm. I went in trance for few minutes. Lovely. Wow. So nice to hear that
Yeah.
you enjoyed this and that you were able to go into that experience. So yes, it's very helpful to handle day-to-day dilemmas. Absolutely.
Beautiful.
Thank you for sharing your experiences. So the cutting ties, while in this session we're talking about a lot of symbols and emphasize on practicing the maypole every day. And it's also important to know that the cutting ties method in itself is something that we must make a part of our lives by as we free ourselves from the controlling ties of relationships, finishing our primary cuts with parents, siblings. All of these, many of, as Phyllis shares, these symbols are, there's a lot of karmic ties that we bring into this life, and we don't even remember, we forget what it is. And
Yeah.
we get caught up in the Maya, the game of, the tug of war with those relationships and the effect people and situations have in our lives. So the cutting ties method is very helpful to release these ties through the figure of eight, and the rituals of the cut, and many and also the symbol cuts through which you can let go. You can be free from the traumas, phobias, fears, and effects of relationships on you. Effect, so many things. It could be effect of a workplace situation. It could be, a traumatic incident that happened in your life, and all of these, all the rejections, the resentments, the regrets, we're carrying them like heavy burden. And we get caught up in it, and just imagine what your life would be just free from all of this. Imagine how much you could create, how much what you could make of your life, just being free from all this, and just having the freedom to express yourself, and just be true to yourself. How And each of us know that we deeply seek that in life. So cutting ties method is so powerful to help us do that. Vishwar and I have been practicing it for so long, and many of you who are joining us today, we know that you're practicing so long, and we truly appreciate you for that commitment to this work. And we encourage anyone who's not practicing it, take it up and start practicing it now. And we do challenges once in a while. Join those challenges, and we're doing a lot of courses, the foundation, intermediate, and advanced courses in the cutting the ties buying method. So you can join them to refresh your knowledge. You can join them to even learn about it new if you haven't already learned about many of these. So the courses help you go much deeper into this work, and within a matter of months or years, depending on what you need to work on, you'll be free. And this is something that, of course, you need to practice all your life. And Phyllis is the best example for that. Till the last day of her life, she has been practicing this work. So, so we encourage you to do the same. And amazing. So there's a question on the black dot. Is it done once like the balloon, or can it be done for many tendencies also? How can a non-visual person do it? The black dot, which was taught in the last monthly meeting. Right? The ink blot exercise.
Yeah.
So if you're talking about the ink blot exercise, um, it's not like a balloon or a yeah yeah. Can you elaborate on what you mean by the black dot? Because if you mean the ink blot, I'm assuming you mean that. And for that, it's not a something that you need to cut with. It is a symbol like the yin yang, or some of the symbols that we practice today, that you can practice every day as long as you need to. And yes, you can take any tendencies, but one at a time.
Yeah.
You can take any tendency that you feel is controlling you, and imagine it as an ink blot, and shine light on it. And you can do it as long until you feel that the ink blot has lightened, and it's faded away completely. So that's when and you will also feel that you're free from that tendency. And if you still feel that you're still being controlled by it, you can do a cut with it. Symbol cuts are definitely something that, yes, she means the ink blot. So symbol cut is definitely something that you can do with it if the symbol is not on. Any more questions? Please let us know if you have any more questions, whether about the symbols today, about anything related to the cutting dice work, about the courses. So as you keep doing the work, you will see that you go deeper and deeper, and you realize there are so many roles even that you can be free from. So if you're not aware of role cuts, that's something that you can start working on. Join the intermediate course in the next batch, and it's amazing how much how free you can be from roles of being a people pleaser, role of being a caretaker, because often knowingly or unknowingly we're identifying with these roles, believing that I am that role, and that is enough to get you you know get get you caught up in situations that come in, as a reflection to that identification. So even roles are very something that you can work on. So if you're a beginner, please start working on your relationship cuts and move on to the symbol cuts. Let go of any past traumas, any baggage, and you will just experience life much more lighter.
Yeah.
You have to experience it through your own experience. This is what Vishwar and I share is from our experience of practicing the method. So we hope today's session was useful for all of you. Thank you for joining with us today and interacting with us, sharing your questions and experiences. It was wonderful to practice together with you this month. So shall we end today's session with the closing maple? So close your eyes. Imagine you're sitting in your golden circle, connected to the ribbon, once again with the high C. And ask the high C to pour into you unconditional love, filling you completely. And now this love must be shared with others in order for it to be flowing and life supporting. So ask the high C to pour into you its unconditional love, and put your palms together like a namaste pointing forward. And imagine in front of the maple people to whom you share this love with. And this love is flowing from the high C through you to each person appearing in front of the maple. And it takes only a couple of seconds to share this love with each person. So you can start by visualize your parents one by one stepping in front of the maple, receiving this love. Your parents, siblings, spouse, in-laws, your children, friends, co-workers, neighbors. And now visualize people who have made life difficult for you. Imagine they're stepping in front of the maple, receiving this love. Whoever's ready to receive this love will benefit from it, doubtlessly. So simply allow the high seat to pour his love through you to each of these people. And now ask the high seat to bring to your awareness groups of people, starting with any family that you know is going through a difficult time and is desperately in need of this love. So imagine that you're sharing this love with this family. And now imagine groups of people. Imagine children in orphanages, elderly in old age homes, people in prisons, hospitals, wherever people are lonely, depressed, afraid, people in areas of warfare, terrorism, suppression, wherever they're suffering with hunger, illness, persecution. Send this love to all these groups of people. And now share this love with all countries, different places across the world, starting with your own country and its leaders, so that they can make all the necessary decisions to uplift the lives of people in the country. So go ahead and share this love to your country and its leaders, and then go ahead and share this love with all other countries across the world and its leaders. And now send this to all plants, animals, and the entire whole of Mother Earth. And express your gratitude for all that Mother Earth provides for you. And now, most importantly, you must share this love with yourself. So put your arms around yourself like you're giving yourself a big, tight hug. And say first silently, but really meaning it, I love me. And now say it aloud, I love me. I love me. I love me. You can now start to uncurl. Run your hands down your body to help you come back into the present moment, into the here and now. You can slowly open your eyes whenever you're ready. And let's end today's session with Om and Three Shantis. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Samastaloka Sukhino Bhavantu. Samastaloka Sukhino Bhavantu. Samastaloka Sukhino Bhavantu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Sairam.